Yes, my viewers. Morning. Where I'm coming from is morning. Um, my viewers, as I told you before, sometimes, as wizard reasoning, I do it different around here. And this morning, I just want to highlight a young man who leaves school and heading for greatness, But because of the country that we live in, things are very slow for a young person leaving school, even with subject to get into a college or learn a skill, even when they have that zeal, and they have that potential to go further. It's very hard, you know. If you don't know somebody or somebody know you, if you push something for you, they call it have a links. That's how Jamaica run, you know. That's how the government treat the citizen. Um, I have a young man that I want to, introduce to you, you know. And this morning he want to just tell you a little about himself. Come across.
Alright.
Yes. So tell my viewers your name,
Alright,
please.
so name Tayshawn, or when my family call me Tayshi. Yeah.
Alright, Teshi. So I realize you leave school last year, right?
Yeah.
And which school you used to go, by the way?
Greater Portmore High.
Greater Portmore High.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a good high school. That school is in St. Catherine, so to speak. And how long you spent at that school?
I spent so when first got to school it was online. So basically I never do 7th grade because it was online. Face to face start back at 8th grade. So 8th grade to 11th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you started to go to that school, right? Will you tell yourself say you want to become in life?
Honestly, first starting high school, as a young kid, you have many dreams how you want to become. I wanted to become a soldier from primary school. I wanted to become a chef, which I still kind of want to do. And, many other things, but those two were my major things that I was aiming for.
Okay. All right. You hear that, my viewers? Right. Brilliant. Okay. So how many subjects you leave? You leave school with?
Yeah, so 6 CXC subjects and 2 city and guild subjects.
Okay. And from your leave, from your graduate and leave school,
Yeah,
are you trying to get yourself in a institution where you can, further
yeah.
your
So
skill?
from leaving school, me I try getting with the art program because you can learn skills there, but it's kind of slow. Sometimes the website on and off. Even if you do get the website, the course you probably want to do is maybe full. You have to wait till the next term for this, and sometimes them don't accept application. I don't know why, but yeah, it's kind of slow sometimes.
Okay. My viewers, you see, why I try to bring this thing to the forefront is if you don't try to guide these youths, these are the youth will go to waste. You understand me? These are the youths would find themselves on the other side doing things that they are not supposed to do. You understand me? And these are the youth where you have to try to get them together and guide them and help them to be consistent, chasing their goals. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to highlight these type of guys. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody don't step up and try to guide these youth in the right path and show them how to get through life and help them to be consistent in what they're chasing, they're gone to waste. So let me ask you something now.
Yeah.
So what is the next step for you?
Well, the next step for me is, still trying to learn a skill because, getting a skill can take you very far in life. Learning different skills, especially as a man, certain skills you just have to know of a man. Electrical, plumbing, things were like house, you have to call nobody for fix it. Yeah.
Okay. And during the time you are here trying to trace your goal,
Yeah.
I mean, what about bad influence? Any bad influence ever come around you? Any negative vibes ever come around you? Anybody try to influence you to do things that you're not supposed to do? And how you deal with it whenever time it come around?
Honestly, to be honest, when I think nobody can really influence me for doing what I know want, you know. So bad influence, I don't know. You know, if I take myself out of a situation, obviously I go lead to something bad. So that I don't know to me.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. You see, I am very impressed with this young man. And the reason for me, I mean, a lot of younger guys, as his age, you know, they can't help themselves from do certain things. But he can stand up on his own, as you hear him say. Nobody can influence him. You know, that means to say, well, this is a leader already. Him don't see himself as a follower. You understand what I'm saying? Him see himself as a leader. Cause when him say a while ago, tell it all. You know, see it. Nobody can influence him. But it's not every young guy like him can say what him say. A lot of them easy to get influence because they see things that they want and they cannot afford it. When a person find out what you need and you can't find it or you can't afford it, what they will do is try to come to your needs because they want you to do things for them. You understand? All right, let's say you're a young man who smoke weed, but you can't afford it. You understand me? The person who wants you to get you to do things for him, he will make sure he can get your weed for you. If you love to dress up in sneakers, he make sure he get a sneakers for you. Jeans, make you look flashy. But in return, he wants something, and that's how he will get you to follow him or she. You understand me? Well, I'm proud of him because, trust me, his mindset, nobody can influence him through that. But my viewers, I'm not gonna really do too much. I just want to let you hear his part, and where he want to be in life. You understand me? So I'm gonna ask him the last question now. Okay? So I'm gonna ask you, where you see yourself? I would say 4 years from now.
4 years from now.
Yeah.
So 4 years from now, I could be 21. So by the time, probably I see myself learning the two major skills. I want to get into chef, and I want to learn electrical. So see myself in 4 years is already accomplishing those two things, and working towards my future goals.
Man, excellent, excellent. You see, I only hope these interviews can go out there and people see these interviews and see the importantness of these young men, and what they want in life and what they want to achieve, the goal, because it's not every young man you see on the street, don't mean themselves no good or they don't ambitious. They just want to push, and somebody to guide them. So I'm just trying to bring this to the forefront and let people aware of these kids. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm doing. But I'm gonna cut it for now. I'm gonna really cut it for now, right now. Until the next time, I will come back with the next one again, So I'm gonna say bye for now.